Hello and welcome to Piano Shack with me, Woody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today then, we are going to revisit the 32 factory presets of the Yamaha DX7, but this time I've imported them into the MODX so we can run them through some of the effects that this thing has on board, and I promise you these presets sound amazing even after almost 35 years. Let's take a listen. You know, I think I did the same song, the same performance there, level 42, when I demonstrated the DX7 all that time ago. And this is a bit of a blast from the past. It's about 3 years since we demonstrated the DX7. But this time we have the MODX and I can run this through the effects. Check it out if I add a little bit of reverb. Oh, such a fat sound! Don't you agree? Probably too much reverb there actually, but never mind. This is just one voice playing one 40-year-old DX7 preset. It's amazing! And I could, if I wanted to, layer 16 of these together. Let's move on to the next sound. We have a brass, that was brass 1, brass 2. You know what we need to do? We need to put a bit of reverb on that as well, just a touch. Sorry about the notes. Wow, such a punchy sound. Let's move on. We have a lot of presets to cover, 32 to be exact, but we won't dwell on some of them. Some of them are not worth spending much time on. Some of them are. Let's move on to brass 3. What are those chords? No. One more time. Oh, wonderful sound. You can, of course, run these sounds through all of the effects of the MODX. I'm just using reverb, really, but I added a little bit of filter to this one. If we adjust the filter, bit of resonance. This is brass 2. Bit of reverb and a bit of delay on this one as well. Such a punchy sound, I think you'll agree. The filter could really do with some envelope editing, but I did not do that. I didn't use any filter envelope, it's just a straight. Oh, sounds so good. Let's move on to the string categories. Try shifting it down. You know, the thing about the DX7 that I enjoy and the patches that I've ported over to the MODX is the dynamics. Listen to this. If we play softly, if I play hard, it's just amazing. You don't get that in many other forms of synthesis other than FM. Completely different sound. And there's no sampled velocity switches or anything like that. It's completely dynamic and so playable. Lovely. Let's move on to strings too. This to me sounds very, very analog. Extremely warm sound. Love it. Okay, what do we have next? We have a third string sound. Oh! And I remember all of these from the DX7 demo. I know these patches very well. And they do sound identical here on the MODX. You know what this sound reminds me of? And I think I did this on the last demo as well. I don't know if Queen used one of this, but it sounds just spot on to me. I don't know the next part of the song, unfortunately. Let's move on. Okay, this patch is called Orchestra. It's amazing to me how massive these sounds still are after almost 40 years. Let's press on. I am missing the aftertouch, of course, on the MODX compared with the DX7, but I don't remember it having a massive effect. On some of the patches it was programmed quite nicely. But you could map aftertouch to one of these real-time controllers. The super knob actually would be quite a good way to do it, but I haven't bothered to do that. Yeah, piano 1, not so exciting that one. Piano 2. Oh. A bit more dynamics on this one. Sounds almost like the Yamaha CP80, I think. Pretty nice. The next one is Piano 3. This is a pretty little thing. A nice little pretty FM piano. Let's move on. I think the E piano might be coming up next. Yes, it is. This is probably the most famous sound from the DX7. This perhaps the bass line that we'll hear in a second, but this again is a wonderfully dynamic piano. Listen to this. Bright or soft. So soft is very, very warm and thick. And then you get the bite. But this piano was always used with tons of reverb, so let's do that now as well. That's more like it. Too much? Wow. What's the next bit? Is so enjoyable to play. You know, I used to hate this cheesy DX7 E-piano sound, but now it's one of my favourites. Brilliant. I haven't added any chorus to that, but you could certainly do that. Actually, there's one more of the string sounds I wanted to play for you with a little bit of chorus, so let's do that now. Yeah, I edited the Strings 2 preset to add a little bit of chorus and a little bit of filter, and now it sounds like this. Liking that a lot. We've now reached the guitar category. They sound like this. They're pretty nice to play. Let's add reverb, of course. Has to be done, you know the drill. Okay, this is very pretty actually. Those dynamics make it so playable. Guitar 2 was not so much fun. I wasn't sure what to play with this one. You got this nasty, harsh FM distorted guitar. Let's see what it sounds like with the reverb. That's going right through my head. Apologies for that one. Let's move on to the next preset, which is Syn Lead 1, which was nothing special. I don't have anything mapped to the mod wheels. Unfortunately, the modulation didn't make it over with the patches. when I converted them. But yeah, not a special sound, that one. Bass one, this one is iconic. Let's take a listen. What more bass do you need? I love it! That was the iconic bass one sound. And let's move on. Oh, we have a bass two as well. You know this one? Let's add a little bit of verb. Sounds just as weird as it did on the original DX7. It nails exactly on the MODX, which you would expect it to because it's the same algorithms, the same FM. Synthesis. What a great sound. Well known, of course, for that one song. E-organ 1. Yep, you know that one. Pipes 1. You know what we have to do with this one? Let's add maximum reverb. Too high? Too much! Let's move on. Probably the only harpsichord song I knew that was Golden Brown by the Stranglers. Of course, I probably played exactly the same song on my previous DX7 demo. This is clav 1, again extremely dynamic. Listen to this. Next, we have the vibes. Yeah, the DX7 is great for these chimey, belly, mallet type sounds. Very good at doing these percussive transients. We need to add some reverb. You get the idea. Let's move on. We have the marimba here, also used, I think, in Axel F. Let's add a bit of reverb. Take a listen. Yeah, I like it a lot. Koto, another one of these percussive sounds. Let's add a bit of reverb direct. Pretty little thing there. Now we have the flutes. Most famously known for the Tina Turner riff. How does that one go? With lots of delay. What's love got to do with it? That's the one. We need to press on. We've got a few more to do. The orchestral chimes. Remember, this is just one voice. On the MODX here, I can have 16 of these playing at once if I wanted to, but you don't need fatter sounds than that. That is immense. Oh. Let's press on. Next we have Tubular Bells. Let's see, let's carry on up. Steel drums. Let's not dwell on that one, it's fine, but let's not dwell on it. This is the sound that I heard on my music teacher's DX7 when he demonstrated it to me in 1983. Never heard anything like it before. I was only used to analog synths, and he played a sound that sounded like this. You can't get that kind of sound on analog synths. That's the timpani, of course. Amazing, amazing. Ref's whistle, one of the 32 factory presets. Why? Voice 1. You get some lovely stereo when you add the reverb. Actually mess around with the attack if I wanted to. There we go, which I think works better, the release. You can adjust as well, just using the front panel controls. Lovely, beautiful pad, isn't it? We're nearly there. We've got a couple more to do. The train, it's just one of these special effects sounds. Also, they wasted one of the slots on the DX7 with this. But again, I suppose it was to impress people because you could not get these sounds. You could not get anything that sounded like this until the DX7 came out. And how do we stop it? I don't know. Luckily, changing patches stopped it. And the final one we had, I'm going to add a bit of reverb to this. I think this was one of the sounds where you could really use aftertouch on the original DX7, which I sadly don't have it here. Let's see what this one sounds like. Take Off. Don't remember. There's a special way to play it. Let's see what happens when I just play a big C. Mind blown! Hope you enjoyed that, even though the playing was somewhat ropey. But there was a lot of presets and a lot of ideas that I had to play. But I hope it demonstrated anyway for you just how great these sounds still are after almost 40 years. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting and subscribing. I'll see you next time. Cheerio.